guess all the people are wanting us to talk wrestling, getting text all over. Hopefully we are live. I think I got the yep. YouTube says we're live, so that's what the assistant ranker is here. All Carol kids are number one.
That's what it sounds like.
No.
Only certain ones.
Only certain ones. Dane was supposed to stop again. He's the first one to comment, but he is playing Uber driver tonight between all of Fort Wayne.
I was on the Dane and Rex High School Wrestling Weekly last night.
Yes, you got in. But I think I'm supposed to be going this weekend. I guess I get to go in person.
I didn't even know I was on the intro. They said, "Have you listened to the new intro?" I said, "Nope." I go right to the first period, and then I listened to it after the show, and I guess they used a cut from when I was on there.
Yeah, I mean, you don't warm up, do you? You're not the type that warmed up. You just showed up right at the mat.
Right there. Yeah, Dane's pretty thorough in his notes and everything. He has a pretty good schedule. He likes to ask the hard-hitting questions. So he likes to put me on the spot. I always want to text him on the side, like, bro, man, give me a heads up.
Give me a list of the questions you're going to ask. So before we start too much, we are sponsored by Contenders. So
we are even. I didn't wear my Contenders hoodie. We did the Step Brothers last week.
Yeah, yes. So yes, and thanks to J Mill for that correlation.
The guys in the Eastern time zone send me messages, forgetting that I'm in the Central time zone. That 4:30 text was great.
Well, you think about it and think, oh, I got a text. Yeah, I try to at least wait till about 7:30 my time.
Well, like dude, I have to keep a work phone out at all times in case there's an emergency. So when something goes off, I'm a light sleeper.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Especially right now, a little bit busy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The road's kind of busy. I'm wearing.
We did Thanksgiving last year. We can't do that 2 years in a row. But we got to be even a better one this week.
I think so. Yeah. I'm wearing my gift from my brother. They didn't get their faces as good as ours. John Morrison, Andrew Howe here. Andrew, man, I think they did my guy dirty. I don't think his neck's that long, is it?
No, it's that wide. It's just not that long. But they had to make him taller than Morrison, I guess.
Yeah,
so they just extended that.
So this was the shirt I was gonna wear last week, and then I forgot we got Contenders did the sponsorship, so I was like, oh man, I got to throw my Contenders hoodie on.
Yeah. So I guess we're gonna have a couple new number ones this week.
Yeah, it's looking that way.
Yeah. This magazines, the physical magazines just got shipped today to me, so I will hopefully get them out this weekend. But so they're already pretty much, they were preseason rankings for a reason.
Yeah, Coach Swain wanted to have this little event where they're gonna get a bunch of number one ranked guys in there, and some of those guys were gonna lose. So
yeah.
Some of the guys were gonna lose weight, so we already had an injury. So possibly 2 injuries. So tough start of the year for the rankings.
Yeah, rankings are not. Usually the preseason rankings are usually a little bit more accurate than even like mid-season or end of season rankings, just because you have a little bit more data you work with, and you're not like stuck to just doing results.
Well, and we kind of talked about it last week too. Like, I really do think the depth in Indiana is really, really impressive. I thought even doing them today, as I'm seeing more weight shifts, 1 through 7 probably. Has been pretty good. I think there's a lot of guys in that area right there that could win it.
Yeah.
Obviously you have some guys that are multiple time champs for a reason, but in some of those weights where you maybe have a one-time champ, or you have guys that haven't won a title, there's 5 or 6 people that I think are in contention for sure.
Thomas, Eric, money talks. We'll talk about anything. You can do super chats and stuff in the on YouTube.
I keep telling Eric we're gonna link him in. I just don't really know how to do that. I'm making promises I really don't know how to do.
Should I tell you or should I just not tell you?
Oh, I mean, you can tell him how to do it. Like I told you,
I
like,
did you send him that link that I send you?
oh no, I didn't do that. I could do that. Then he
I
cuts
don't
in.
have to prove him, but
Um, I mean, I told you that one day I was at work, I was answering how to, magazine questions and put my headset on.
yes.
Hello, this is Indiana Matt. Mike Reiser speaking. How can I help you?
So, yep, we got the Hall of Famer Rex Brewers in the house. Brett Smith.
Yeah.
Got all the celebrities in the house today.
No, I think I'm gonna have to make it out to the Double Eagle to try this bologna sandwich. When are you going? You're going on Sunday?
I think so. I think that's when I got invited. I have to check. Yeah, something like that.
Maybe I'll go. I'll have to see what we have going Sunday. We don't have practice this Sunday. Maybe I'll come out to the Double Eagle, show up. I mean, it's a far drive there and a far drive back for a bologna sandwich. But
Didn't you say you're going to be in Fort Wayne on one weekend in like
I
January?
am. I'm going to be in Fort Wayne in January. I can tell you what day right now. That'd be good. I think last year was. I think you guys went to the games afterwards when we. That was the same weekend as Team State.
Yes.
It might be the same weekend again. Let's look. I'll be in Fort Wayne January 9th.
That is Team State weekend.
Team State weekend. Maybe I'll head up there and hang out. I mean, I don't know if maybe I won't go to Team State. I'm going to be coaching. I heard Ball State got their first verbal commit.
Yeah, that's the rumor on the street.
Tulsa champ, right?
Yep, gonna get that club program. The NWCA better watch out.
Not a bad verbal.
Yeah,
I didn't know if they threw him like a Cardinals T-shirt after he won Tulsa.
Yeah. So yeah, if you did not check out, I had an article up yesterday about all of the ranked matchups with the upsets. Very informative, boys and girls. Lots of upsets. I know both you and Razzo have some work to do. Some guys, some reconfiguring of weights.
Are those upsets? I feel like early on, I don't know if they're all upsets like that.
I mean, a 3-over-2, one, 2-over-1 or whatever. Those aren't upsets when they all have that kind of their credentials. Obviously, the rankings are numbers. You got to put them in some sort of number order. So, I guess we can talk a little bit about the Curry Clash as we're trying to get it rebranded. Hopefully that works. Hopefully we can get it rebranded for them.
We get some naming rights on that, some NIL or what?
Yeah, I just rebrand for free. I like, I did the graphics. Those are absolutely awesome.
My boy Ben Dalton in the house.
Oh,
I didn't even tell you, me and Ben Dalton were hanging out the high school state championship game this year.
Nice.
Benny's out there driving 16-wheelers.
I'm not surprised. Where is the Curry Clash on so that I can go over it? There, Center Grove Classic, Curry Clash. Brackets 106. Alex Huddleston, not Alec Huddleston, as I had. No one from the Brownsburg area could email or text or send a message. So that's corrected now. Over Big Joe Hamilton.
Yeah, that'd be a little bit of upset too. Rankings upset.
Yeah. Huddleston's had a pretty good career, just a little bit undersized, and I think the word is he is in triple digits now, so that'll be good for him.
Yeah, I think that was tough. I mean, multiple time Triple Crown winner growing up, but just size wise, I was holding him back. Obviously, he's in a ridiculously good room too. I mean, you had the state champ ahead of you last year. Not if you're gonna be behind somebody, I guess it's the state champ.
Yeah, last 2 years, state champions there, 106. So yeah, so he's gonna do pretty good at 106 for them. We'll talk about 106 rankings maybe later. 113 was the weight class to watch. We heard late in the week that Connor Maddox was going to move up, struggling with weight a little bit. man, that weight was deep. You have Kellen Chef, who got knocked out of regional, and he really loaded regional, and he was the fifth seed. Drew Heisler, who's a really good wrestler, was the sixth seed. Deacon Gibbs, a real good freshman. He was, that, and Braden. I mean, that the top eight there were just loaded. I mean,
I was talking to Troy Hahn Friday or Thursday. I think it was Friday because he was driving down. But I mean, those are guys that you could see on the stand. Like Heisler's going to be in the mix at Fort Wayne. Morrow will be in the mix at Newcastle. Obviously, Maddox is really good. He's going to be at Newcastle. Ducking and Brown. Chef won got put out at the regional, right? Won everything this summer. Freshman, sophomore, won every ISWA. Beat guys that had medals. I know we were at Folkstyle State. He had knocked off a medalist there. Not going to say who. I know, out of respect. But then you throw in the mix Deacon Gibbs, which was a really cool event that you were able to bring guys that were your varsity too there and get them some work. Deacon Gibbs, obviously behind a state champ. Braden Head, I believe he's a semi-state ticket rounder, maybe first rounder last year for Westfield, behind Maddox.
Yeah,
Boss too, man. We got celebrities in the group chat.
I know, big week. So yeah, that's a real good weight class.
Maddox showed out, man. Maddox looked good.
Yeah, yes, he did. I mean, he didn't just beat Brown. He majored him 13-4. Then beat Ducking 7-2. That's pretty good. And considering he was probably thinking about making 106 at some point last week, that's not bad.
Well, yeah, he made a pretty good run at Super 32. I know he wrestled under Maurer Coughlin a lot this year, so I don't know I don't know the distance between Westfield and where Maurer Coughlin's based out of in Evansville, or if they have a northern one. But it looks like he's done a lot of improving in his game, because I believe that Maddox Brown match at Al Smith was pretty tight. And then obviously Ducking was a state champ.
Yeah, so yeah, he placed at Super 32 in Fargo, so he's had a real good year, summer, and obviously, I mean, that's probably a good 2 to 3 hour drive one way to Evansville from Westfield. Westfield's in the worst possible spot. I mean, you've been there plenty of times. That is like, you're like, oh, we're going to Indy, but like, there's no easy way to get there from.
I was just my buddy's lives there. He was trying to find somewhere for his son to wrestle, and I was like, oh, you should go to Contenders. He's like, the South Side's so far. I work a lot. My wife and I will look at the northern, the north side Contenders. I'm trying to get him in to go there, but he lives in Westfield. It's a weird. You are right. It's a weird spot. But yeah, man, congratulations to Maddox. That's pretty good. I think that he's gonna have a good year.
Yeah, it should be. It's gonna be fun to watch that weight class. Maddox will possibly see Brown at Al Smith. Brown and Ducking. Actually, Westfield's at Team State too. So you'll see the top three there at Team State possibly.
And Maddox is also at Ironman too.
Yep. And so all three of those guys should be at Ironman.
I wonder if he'll do 6 at Ironman.
It depends on, because the way they do it, there's always like a 6 pound allowance. I mean, it's usually like 2 or 3 pound allowance to start. And I don't know. They always have someone has wrestled within the past 2 weeks, and they're like, oh, 2 pounds. So
I used to be East Chicago Central at the Harvest Classic right after Thanksgiving for us. Shout out to the EC Cardinals, bro. Always wrestling like a Chicago City school Friday before Harvest Classic.
Taking one for the team and just saying, hey, we're gonna help everybody out.
Bobby Joe and the boys helping everybody out.
Yes. Yeah. So well, according to Carver, he says he's going back down to 6. So that's, I mean,
he's in the know.
Took out 1 and 2. I don't know why I'd cut the weight, but obviously they have Head who's there. I don't know if he can make 6 or not. So
I mean, I thought I don't know if they're younger Head. I think they're both sophomores, right? Charlie Head was at 6. Yeah. Cut him right out of the lineup, man.
Yeah, I cut someone's head off. Jokes are free on Mondays.
20 Bell and Shetley rematch of the state finals. That was a really good match.
Shutley got that takedown and it's like, oh no, and then Bell wrote him out in the second period.
He ended up getting the takedown and then riding him for the entire third, right?
Yeah.
You got it like probably about a minute left. It seemed they didn't have the score on there. Shout out to Eric for streaming, right? Was that Eric that was doing the stream?
Yeah, that was thankfully we got a stream. We were a little late to the party. I just assumed they were going to stream, and I was about ready to make the drive, maybe next year.
At 57, I was listening to it, and they're like, "Man, that sounds a pretty biased like announcer." And I was like, I don't know if he's announcing like legitimately or is just on his phone like streaming for everybody. Like, who's doing that Hawk Harrelson?
Yeah. The refs are trying to screw. Yeah. It was on the Center Grove Wrestling Club account, so it's going to be a little bit biased.
Yeah. So. Hey, doesn't make me lose any sleep. I was just like if you weren't part of the know, you're just like, man, that seems like it's pretty one-sided.
Yeah, good match. Bell got third period takedown when he needed it. Good. I mean, he wrote him out in the second period. It was one of those where it was a tough position to be for a ref. There wasn't a whole lot going on, and he did get dinged for stalling once. But that was an interesting match. Obviously, could see that again at State under the lights. Hopefully, those two will be under lights again. Would not want that to be a semifinals match.
I mean, it could be. 120 is a stacked weight class. I was just talking to someone like that's a lot of medals and a lot of high level guys in that weight class. I mean, obviously we have Carver in there who just won Tulsa. Bell is a returning champ. Shutley's a champ. Verduzco's a semifinalist. Won IHPO 2 years ago.
It's pretty good weight class with some. One senior and a bunch of freshmen and sophomores really.
Bridge was under the lights. Wicker has a medal. Josiah Stanton's a really good freshman. Mom knows a little bit about softball, which is, I'm trying to, work that angle, trying to get a scholarship.
That was a 3-time NCAA D1 qualifier. So, yeah.
So that's going to be a really good weight class. It's always like 120 is always one of those weights that you get that catch-all. Like some guys return at 120. You get some guys nice. Randy Baker in the house, 4-time I think he's the first 4-time Al Smith champ.
Yes, first 4-time Al Smith champ.
Beat my boy Kevin Patrick Friday night at State his senior year. Shout out to my boy KP. But yeah, I mean, Shelly's a gamer, man. I know. I feel like over all the guys that are at that level, I feel like he gets overlooked a little bit. Maybe we don't talk about Roncalli enough, but I feel like he always finds a way. Like he found out. Like I think a lot of people had Verduzco beating him last year in the semis. He found a way to win. The match last year in the finals with Bell was close. I thought he was going to win this one. As I was watching it, and then Bell, Bell's a gamer. Like obviously he pulled it out, and winners find ways to win. But that's going to be a good little rivalry there. So
yeah, I'm excited to. I wish you could say that they'd be wrestling again somewhere, but I do not believe they'll see each other till State. It was good for them to. Could possibly see, bookends for the year. Those two wrestling in good matches. So
does Roncalli and Cathedral wrestle each other in a duel? They should have that, right?
I think they do. Yes, pretty.
That should be a standing duel every year.
Yes, battle for God's love.
Yeah, man. For sure. I don't know. I was listening to Rex sent me the Belmont Braves intro. They do like the Sunday Night Football, like what school they're from. A lot of Lutheran school kids going to Belmont. That might be the one we need. We might need like the Catholic schools versus the Lutheran school.
Ooh, that's a good rivalry.
Yeah, like the Battle of the Reformation.
Yes. So 126.
Last I see him.
So 126, another great weight class. Dom Brown versus Blake Getz. Getz with the 4-1 win.
Yeah, another guy a little bit overlooked, right? Gamer Blake Getz. Dom Brown was having a really good summer.
Yes, he did. Yeah, he had a real good summer. Always one that's not got back down from the competition, and that was little bit of an upset there. Getz was what number?
I mixed it all up. I'm not even sure anymore.
He was number 4. So 4/2. Not a crazy big upset, but yeah.
I mean, good match. I mean, that could be a state semifinals match possibly.
Yep.
I mean, for 126 ranking, and shout out to Ryan Hockaday, huge win over Jet McGuire on what was that, Wednesday night or whenever their first
Wednesday
duel.
night.
Hockaday just continually getting better. Had a really good summer. That's a huge win over a returning a medalist from 2 years ago. I mean, he ran into Getz here. Obviously, Getz is pretty good, but I mean, I don't know, not to break down the fourth wall, as they say, but we're kind of in a weird spot. Like, I know there's some injuries, and we're thinking about pulling some guys out of the rankings. We wanted the initial rankings to be closer to what they were going to be, and then some guys that are going to be out for a little bit. I know, like 26 is one of those spots. We're thinking about switching some stuff around because there is guys like Ryan Hockaday who's getting wins. That's going to be in the lineup for a while. We were trying to find ways to see like where Brownsburg or that varsity 2 would be. Another legend in the chat here. Moving to number 1.
Man, that's Legends Night. I didn't know we designated this as Legends Night.
They're all trying to see these matchups, top 5 matchups. So I think, I mean, and people can put their opinion. I don't know. I know you and I have different opinions, right? So I thought about, like, I know, like, Revan's going to be out for a little bit, and obviously he's a 3-time champ. I don't think that it's going to hurt their feelings that he's not the number 1 guy until he gets back on the mat. But I think that gives some guys some recognition, like Ryan Hockaday, who probably deserves to be. Like, he's probably a top 10 guy right now after that win over Jet McGuire.
Oh, yeah, definitely. So, yeah, we'll discuss it more. And I don't know. I thought, can you put polls on the – can you put polls on here? I don't know if I can do that.
Top 10. I just looked at a top 5 guy right now after that win over Jet McGuire. Yeah, so leave a comment if you guys want us, if you guys think that's stupid or what. If you guys think it's dumb, I'm sure half the people will let us know.
No, I think you can only do that on YouTube.
Someone that's watching right now for free will tell us that we're just going to do that for clicks so we can get more money.
Yes. So 132. Let's pull that one up. 32. Royce Malone over Jack Richardson. Another good match there. Malone looked real good. 14-1 in the championship.
I know we talked about it a little bit last week too. Royce Malone looked really good at Super 32. Had a really good win over a Fargo All-American from Illinois. Real scrappy kid. I really do think that's a good spot for him. Yeah,
definitely. And I know he was a little bit lower last year and kind of came up. Homestead, the Fighting Oberlins, as Rex would say. Hunter Douglas over Landon. Whoa. You went off.
Yeah, what? For some reason, my internet went off. I think they didn't want to hear that.
Yes.
$7 million so we can keep the bills on, guys.
Your internet does not like Andy Oberlin. Wow. So Hunter Douglas, 4-2 over Landon Haynes. Good win for him. Good to see a team like Homestead there taking their kids. Some of them got, they had one champion. They had some other guys in the finals. Had a good day. I mean, pretty solid day. They have a fairly young team compared to last year, and good to see them going after that competition, repping the Wayne. So good win for Douglas, and good start.
I was kind of talking about it a little bit on the High School Wrestling Weekly yesterday. I know that Andy was a little upset that he didn't get that last vote-in spot, or Homestead didn't get that last vote-in spot last year. And then they ended up getting in. But I think he's done everything in his power to get those opportunities, getting an event like that. I believe that they're at the Al Smith now, like getting it, like more stuff like that. I think that's one of those things that you're going to do. Yeah. Ulrey did have a nice day at 32. I was going to say that, but my internet cut out. I actually talked for about 3 minutes until I realized that I wasn't. Beat Kyle Riley from Plainfield 9-3, who had a really good year last year. Then just a weight class. I'm happy that he's at least at 32 because I think that cut to 13 was really tough for him.
Yeah. One thing, as you said, the Al Smith, I believe Sandiford told me that there's still someone back is out of it and they didn't realize it, and I believe there might be an opening. So if you want to hop
someone
in,
just asked me too. Rochester, can we get you on the phone or what? Maybe it was Travis.
I can. I know. I think I know their head coach.
They got a pretty good squad. I think they would have for a smaller school. They're pretty stacked.
Yeah. So maybe we just get invite one per weight class.
Yeah,
done that before.
We did that one time and we got some hate mail. But it sounds like the Carnahan's going to move forward with that event. Same way. I like that.
Yeah, so that'll be interesting. I know we were talking about that last week. So yeah. Anyway, so yes, Callan had a good day. I know him, know the family. That was a good win early on, definitely, and it's good to have those types of kids that come in after a year on JV and do well at a tournament like that with a lot of big names. So number one versus number one here. Reynolds, we had him at 38. He's going to be at 44, it appears. He won him versus Hornsby. Great match. Those two got after it. They scrapped. And Reynolds came away the winner. They're going to hit a couple more times, most likely. Definitely worth. I mean, I'll take that match. If I'd drive all that way just to see that match again.
They say he had like a 7-pointer, right? For the dub.
Yeah. So.
I mean, even the semis there, Reigns and Kemp, both really good wrestlers there. I mean, that was a 3rd and 4th place match. Those guys are in the rankings. Dalton Jones, a really tough freshman from Plainfield in the mix also. Told you it was a gift. That's the guy, man.
He even looks like you. It takes a lot of rankings heat for you.
He does.
He just stunt double. So yeah, a good win for Reynolds, and obviously Hornsby. They could see each other.
I was about to say Ratliff at 65 matches. No, I think there were some really good matches there. I heard my brother had Mrs. B confused when we were at HPO.
Yeah, yes. The best was when Dustin and I got a picture with him and sent it to the group chat, and no one said anything. No one's like, "Oh, hey, the group's back together. That's cool."
We try to give him as much Indiana Mac here so he could pass it off a little bit.
Yeah. So you always send him into like the bars and stuff at state to see if he gets beat up, and that's your sign.
He's tough, man. They ain't beating him up. He's a little bit taller than I am. He's pretty tough.
Yeah. We heard a rumor that you're taller in person than you are here.
I know. Like, I don't know how the size of me sitting in a chair in front of a camera, I'm not really sure. Oh, nice. That is a good one. Freshman Jared Guevara.
Yeah.
Oh,
nice.
I didn't see that result.
Was that on my list? Let's see.
You do that. Tommy Gibb over Marcus Malone. Fall. Tommy Gibb obviously continuing to be a force at 150. 150 is going to be a good weight class. It'll be interesting to see if people end up moving out of that weight, just because, I mean, you got a couple guys with Fargo hardware there, handful of other guys with medals.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting to see how that, because when I was doing that preview, I was like, man, this weight's loaded. And 57 doesn't quite have as much of the depth. It's still a good weight class. There's no question.
So we'll have a new number one at 38.
Yes.
Braylon will be up at 44. He beat Sandusky at I thought Sandusky was at 57. I have to look that up. 157. Good match. Parker Reynolds, William Vander Lugaren, 9-8, like Vander Lugaren, 3 takedowns in the third.
Yeah.
Reynolds was up 5-0, and then they cut him to get him all the way back up to 8. Parker looked like he ran out of gas there in the third. That's tough, man. Like that's where you go with those matches early on, right? Vander
Yeah.
Garen's a gamer. I know he was one of the guys last year that reversed a loss from Al Smith. He beat Van Ticho and Center Grove beat Crown Point at the team state. So I know that's a guy that's tough to wrestle. He's a gamer. I don't believe he's a qualifier, right? Just semi state guy.
He qualified 2 years ago.
Ago. Okay.
Yes.
Tough. I mean, I know Reynolds had hurt his knee at grappler. I don't know how much he's been practicing coming back, but you step on the mat, you got to go. And Lando Guerra, shout out to him, man. He's going to mix up the rankings. Obviously, we're going to have a new number one at 157. He might freak with the McDonald's. So
yeah, that's
those guys to hit a couple more times possibly too.
Yeah, it's interesting. I haven't talked with Swain or Snyder in particular. Just say, what was the reasoning behind this? Because I know Snyder, they never used to wrestle before Thanksgiving, and I don't know. It's maybe I'll have to give him a call here and just see what he's thinking. It's always interesting hearing what they think about how they're thinking about things and how they change in their opinions, because it was always interesting. Like, man, how do you go a month of not competing, not seeing that light at the end of the tunnel of something to train for? And did Swain send them some money, or how do they get them in there? And the same thing for Swain. But I think in the end, I think it's gonna be great for all those kids.
Yeah,
because they're gonna see that good. They're gonna get really good matches to start the year. Now they have about 3 weeks, I think, to train for Ironman. And I think that's going to be a good, okay, this is where I'm at right now. I got 3 weeks to peak for Ironman. And I think that I hope that's good for the kids in general that are all going to Ironman. I know Center Grove's been really close to having a place, hasn't had a place for the past 2 years. I'm sure that is eating at Swain and Curry and the whole coaching staff. And they have kids that are very, very capable of placing there.
Scrappy, man. The one year they had like a handful of guys in the blood round.
Yeah.
I don't know what Will's gonna, if he's trying to wrestle in college or not, but I think that's a kind of match that you go out there and beat a D1 recruit that you could possibly, turn some heads and start getting a little bit more traction of whatever you're gonna look for, right?
Yeah.
Especially, hey, this guy, Parker had some good wins. I know he beat Heeg at Ironman last year. That's a really good match. I think that's a better weight for Vanderlegarden also. I think he was up at 65 last year. So 57 is probably more of a natural weight for him.
Yeah. Yeah, he was up in that one because he was down. Was he down at 57 last year for Team State?
Team State, yeah. I think they were like switching him and Stitz some for matchups. But tough wrestler, knows how to use his length. Gives you a different look, scrappy. And obviously, like in those matches where you're trying to gut it out, he got a takedown with about 30 seconds left or maybe less. I mean, there wasn't a timer on there. But 3 takedowns in the third on a defending state champion. That's to show some guts, man. That was a good match.
Yeah, good win for him, and kind of one of those. I know as a coach, you get a kid to get that signature win, and you're like, yes, you're finally you believe in the kid, you know what he's capable of, and he kind of showed that there, and that could be just one of those times where he just starts believing in himself, and one of the scariest things as a coach that a kid can have at 15, 16, 17, 18 years old is confidence. If they think they're the baddest dude in the room, that's a scary thing. That's going to make him, that could get him to a different level that, all the coaches and everyone else kind of thought he could get to.
Yeah, I think, and I think Coach Swain, and maybe it's someone on the staff, I don't know. I'm sure he would defer to the entire staff. But those guys do a good job of getting those guys ready for big matches.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think that those guys tend to step up in those moments. And like you've seen it last year at Team State. You've seen it Friday night at State. They've had, good showing. They've had guys in the ticket round where maybe they weren't the favorite and they've pulled their way through. So those guys have really done a good job.
Yeah.
And, 100%, both of you guys are right. Like, that's a huge turn for him. And, I'm sure those guys will see each other again, but I mean, early on, they're not going to see each other for a couple of weeks at least.
Yeah.
Maybe regionals for sure. Maybe at Ironman, but
Team State. So
You think that was probably the biggest upset, like ranking wise? I mean, obviously there's some unranked guys that got wins, but like a one going down. I think what was he ranked in the? He was probably right around 10, right?
he was,
8,
I think it was 7, if I'm not mistaken. 11, sorry.
11. Yeah, so that's a pretty big jump. Shout out to Will.
He was 11 at 165. So
Let's get him some socks or something. Let's get some Indiana Matt socks for the rest of the week.
we do have an idea for something like that. So, and I about pulled the trigger on it.
Well, probably Connor Maddox would probably have to be the wrestler of the week, right? He beat a runner-up and a champ.
Oh, that's about 6 of them I could say from that tournament.
Yeah. 11 versus 1.
Yep. Do we need to talk about 65? Just skip over that.
Yeah, because I thought that was a pretty good match too. How about Robbie Leahy coming out and beating Cohen Davis, and then Ratliff and Leahy was a really good match. I'm not gonna lie, I thought that Ratliff was gonna kind of roll him. I mean, he had a fall and a tech fall, and then Leahy's kind of one of the forgotten guys on Brownsburg's team, especially like in a momentum thing. You just see a guy in your room that you probably train with go down, and then come out. And he had a lead, and Ratliff had to come from behind to get that dub. So gamer, man.
Yep, good one for Ratliff. But Leahy's one of those guys that Brownsburg's kind of lacked a kid that's been able to not a superstar, but pushing through right there in those weights. And I think that was a good win, good day for him, kind of showing that he improved a lot. He had some good wins over the spring and summer that showed that he might have jumped a couple levels, and wrestling with a kid that has a state medal, that shows that he's going to be there.
Probably had to wrestle several guys with state medals in that room every day.
Yeah.
But I mean, Asher's a really good wrestler for Columbus North. I think that's a good spot for him. It'll be interesting to see the movement there too if he stays at 65. He's gonna be right in the mix. 65 is pretty tough too. We were talking about it before with Staples and those guys.
Yeah, that's a good weight. When you have Staples and Beck, Ratliff, Van Tichel, Kincaid. Yeah, that's a good one.
I always got to give Asher Ratliff the shout out from 2 years ago when he won the semi-state, and I did not pick him to win the semi-state. I felt bad, not as bad as Dustin, because obviously they're boys and he didn't pick him either.
Yeah,
but yeah, no, he's a gamer, man. I think he's a guy that any given weekend he can come up and make a run for a state title.
Yep.
If he has that same semi-state weekend that he had 2 years ago at the state finals, I wouldn't be shocked to see him under the lights.
Yep. So 175, Sean Breedlove over MJ Michael Morton. By tech fall, he had 3 techs on the day, so pretty dominant. And he's a young guy that we had in the rankings early in his career. And obviously when you're wrestling up in 157, 168 and above, not easy as a freshman, and kind of showing that he belongs now.
And he's kind of been in some weird weights too, right? I think he wrestled heavy as a freshman, probably wrestled a little bit lighter last year, and then probably 175 is a good spot for him. I think he wrestled 75 as a freshman, then wrestled 50 last year, and then went back to 75. So
yeah, I think he's been one of those that at those schools like Center Grove where he doesn't get to dictate his weight class until probably this year. He's the one saying, "Hey, I'm going 75. You guys can figure out the rest once around me."
Yeah.
So
not a bad day. 21-5, 19-4, 21-5. I'm sure everyone would take that day. He got a lot of work in, and he got a lot of bonus points.
Yes, he did. And one thing
I was gonna say
that we didn't talk about is there are no team scores kept, which was good. Kind of kept the focus on the kids, and I think it put a little less pressure on the teams, and they're not looking at the team score. They're just looking to wrestle and get some wins, and especially team state wise stuff. Homestead's probably one that needs to get in there. I don't think anyone else is really looking at it, but it's not going to hurt you to not take a full lineup. It's not going to hurt you if a couple of your kids are up weights or in wrong weights, things like that. So that's a
Nice.
good idea from Coach Swain and them and whoever came up with that they only did with they no team scores. We don't need to we don't care about winning this as a team, and we're gonna just go out there and wrestle.
It sounds like we'll also have a new number one at 175. We glazed over that. So,
Yes, yeah,
um, so I mean, Sean Breedlove will be right in the mix. I haven't done 175 yet. I'm doing about two every like 4 hours. So we'll have them by Wednesday. I'm taking Wednesday off work. I don't work on the Wednesday before Thanksgiving.
yeah. So 175. If we get tickets to like a suite at any college football games, could help us out a little bit. Anyone know anybody?
Yeah. I would not turn those down.
So I think some people know. I mean, we do take bribes. I'm not gonna lie.
So now someone's gonna jump on there and say Joe's taking bribes, doesn't care about the sport anymore.
Yeah, hey, you take the bribe too.
I got this bribe shirt, bro.
Yeah.
I got a bribe green sweater and this shirt, and I got a Regent shirt from Hawkins about 10 years ago.
190, John Stryker from Westfield over Drew White of Plainfield. A little bit not as deep of a weight class, but a good win for a striker. Having good guys up in the top.
Yeah,
It was good for them.
all majors.
215. Bring that up.
That was a wild match too. That was one of those matches I was watching. It was kind of back and forth, right? For about a minute and 42 seconds. That was a back and forth match.
Yeah, Miguel Flores over Johnny Bear. Man, that was a takedown penalty, reversal. And so, yeah, a lot of scoring going on there. Miguel Flores, I know he had at Team State, he didn't get pinned by somebody or didn't give up the major last year. And that's one of those things that's like, man, that's huge.
He's kind of been a guy that's got to jump all over their lineup too. I believe he's wrestled some heavyweight, some 75. I do got a high school wrestling. What is it? HHZHSW. You got to cut that down, man. Double HZH as double W. I got high school
type that fast.
Man, yeah, I messed that all up. Yeah, but that was a match that was, a minute 42. It was exciting. Johnny Bear got a takedown, and then the penalties, and then you got a reversal and fall. So,
and then heavyweight Hamilton Southeastern, M. Gallon, Van Kirk, AW, as he's known by his friends. I like Amgallon.
We changed it in the ring. I told you, I said, man, this is too good of a name. And then we got a message saying we need to change it back to AW. But I think we're gonna put the abbreviation in there. So that's like way too cool of a name. You got to have that on there.
And it's gonna screw up all my links when we import results too. Then so.
Well, I don't want to get to the state finals every now and then. You'll go to state finals, you'll find out someone's name's different than you've been saying their whole career. So.
Yeah. You get the cool government names. All of a sudden, that state you start using the government names.
I know, but he had a really good year last year as a freshman at heavyweight, and he beat a tough freshman who's a Apple Valley transfer, right?
Yeah. Well, Wes Wolke, he was wrestled like 215. I don't know if he really was he had a lot of varsity matches, but I don't think he wrestled. I guess he did. So at the state series, but you're wrestling 215 as a freshman or as an eighth grader, which is not a place you want to wrestle as an eighth grader.
Yeah, they had a pretty good guy wrestling 215 as an eighth grader for them a couple years back. So yeah. I don't know if he's on that level, but
yeah, I think that guy won a state. that 215. No, he was runner up, I think.
Yeah, I thought he was like third placer as an eighth grader, then champ.
Yeah. So. Yeah, good. It'll be interesting to see, some of the new guys, the back half of lineup for Brownsburg, how they do. So great event. Obviously, definitely something I'm going to put on my calendar for next year. Maybe we can stream it. You can
Yeah,
listen to me and somebody else, maybe Mike. I don't know.
maybe we'll see.
So,
It's actually my daughter's birthday weekend, so when you had originally asked me, I was hanging out. She was home from school and got to hang out with OC. So, I mean, those are just the tough weekends.
you can take her in Indy to Indy if you're
Yeah,
having
I'm
fun
sure.
in the Indy area. Uh, so
Amateur official Andy Oberlin said it was not a penalty.
he's only an official online.
Okay. I mean, I couldn't remember the penalty. I just remember like he kind of got caught in a weird spot and then I'm getting pinned.
Yeah. Other events, anything else really big go down? Um, Rochester over Rensselaer Central, battle of 1A, 3, and 4.
I think Rochester's pretty solid.
Yeah,
They're a good squad, like top to bottom. They have a really good team.
yeah, they have a couple newer. Well, Jackson Robbins, or sorry, Grant Holloway is back after not wrestling last year. Jackson Robbins was a transfer from
Like Caston, I believe.
yeah, and
He wrestled
he
my
had a lot of
nephew at
good.
an event
Yeah,
this in the season. I was like, "This is a high school kid. How's he wrestling my nephew's a middle school kid?" And he's pretty tough. He's really tough.
yeah, he
That's
had
a
a
good
good
gift for
spring
them.
and summer. So watch out for him. Sorry, Tristan, letting the cat out of the bag.
He's in the
Uh,
rankings. He was in the semi-state and state rankings.
yeah. So the Lawrence North Super Duel had some good matches. Franklin went 5-0. Franklin and Delta. Um, you had Jensen Boyd over John Vaughn. Um, let's see.
Yeah,
That was another good.
Cameron Schofield over Carson Kaliamoko. I, if anyone in the comments wants to tell us how to say that, that's how I'm rolling with it right now.
Yeah, way better than I could. Mosier over Keegan Joaquin. There was another. The Lawrence North.
Michael White bumped up to wrestle.
Number 2,
Yep,
Kellen Fleur, and teched him. And then
he's pretty
I
tough.
heard that he challenged the professor to a match, and the professor declined. Calicomo. Calicomo.
Thank you.
Yeah, we'll have to. There's a way to put that in on their profiles now. So yeah,
I'm
Lawrence
sure we're gonna
North.
figure out. He's really good. He's gonna be in the mix.
Yeah, with uh, with Maddox up at 13 for now. That really opens up 106 as a pretty good weight class. Stephen Hunter over Keegan Joaquin. John Vaughn over Caden Underwood, who was an 8th place finisher last year. So a lot of good matches there. I was going to say.
We might have got someone to take the spot at the Al Smith. It sounds like it went to an AD.
Nice. That's good. Jetson Boyd was back. He beat Eli Brody, teched him, majored Underwood, tech fall over John Vaughn. Vaughn's a Purdue Poly Tech transfer that is at Franklin now. So that was a good win for him. Mosier over Stephen Hunter and Keegan Joaquin. Trying to see if there's any other matches from there that were big. Reed Wicker over Luke Merchant. Vaughn over Underwood. Micah Tante over Eric Grady. Yeah, so some good matches there. You also had Capital City Classic. I assume I never even looked at the team scores, but I'm guessing. Oh, Franklin Central over Perry by 4 points. Franklin Central has a sneaky good team.
They do.
So the Brick and Roll invite. So not a whole lot big matches last week, other than obviously the one we spent a lot of time talking. But there was a nice little article.
What's the other
Check out
one?
all the upsets.
What's the other like early preseason one that they always do? It's Capital City. is it John Hurley? Is it John Hurley this?
Yeah, John Hurley was also Warren Central. Fisher's won that. Warren Central was there.
Yeah, it sounds like Fisher's had an unfortunate injury in the duel at Westfield this week.
Yeah, sounds
So
like Xavier Smith's out. He's putting in a lot of time. Done very well. Did enough to get a scholarship to wrestle at Purdue, and I think that's kind of where they're kind of leaning. Like, why you can wrestle with it, obviously. Whatever. I mean, it sounds like it's a knee injury. He could wrestle, but it's also, there are bigger things ahead, and so hopefully he heals up quick, and we'll get to see him on the college mats in next year.
Oh, Whiteland boys easily beat Franklin Central on Wednesday.
On this coming Wednesday or last Wednesday?
I didn't even see the results. Like I said, I haven't even seen those results.
Yeah, it says Frank 43-26, so someone can put some details in there, maybe. Just asking for a friend. Let's see if there's anything. I don't know if there's going to be anything there, but let's see. Nope. Try that. Open event. Dual results. Nothing. Well, you got to put dual results in this to talk about it. So
yeah.
So this week starting to get a little bit busier. Kind of got a lot of good duels going on the next couple of days. Lowell gets to see their first action tonight against Kankakee Valley. I'm sure that's over by now. Avon Plainfield.
They wrestle them on Monday. That's brutal, man.
Avon and Plainfield are tomorrow. A new pal, Warren Central. It's tomorrow. Crown Point Portage tomorrow night. That should be a good one over in the region.
Sure. I bet that'll be on Region Sports Network with Danny Bell on the call.
Belmont Snyder tomorrow.
I think Rex and Dane on the call for Belmont and Snyder.
Of course. New Haven and Homestead tomorrow night. So that should be that was a real good match last year. That should be a good one here.
Hobart. Gotta get Nick Duke on the call.
Got coach.
I know.
Those guys are ready. They gotta get some revenge. Whiteland and Columbus East tomorrow night or Wednesday.
That'd be a good one. It sounds like Columbus East or Whiteland's out here rolling people.
Yep, that should be a good one. You got the Sam Reason Bowl, Garrett versus East Noble on Wednesday, so that should be a good one. Maybe I'll head there Wednesday. If I don't have anything.
There's some good matches in that.
Yeah. So pretty solid duels in the second week. Next week is really when it starts, the semi-official start of the season when things really start heating up. So that should be good. You have some other good events. The Edgewood Invite, Floyd Central, Indian Creek are there. Cascade, Seymour, Terre Haute North, Jasper, Ben Davis, some good matches there. The Red Hawks Super Duels as Belmont, Chesterton, Eastside.
Did they used to be a 10 team?
The Red Hawk ones, the Goshen one? I think it was. Do they not have 10?
Do we still do the War on the Wabash? We're not doing the Wabash War anymore?
No, the war is over on the Wabash.
The old muddy waters of the Wabash.
Yes. Yeah, they I think the war is finally over. It was a long war. I don't even know who won the last war. It's probably Harrison. So they might have
Harrison.
They own the Wabash.
What is Connor Cleveland going to be at when they wrestle Garrett? There's some good guys in those matches.
Yeah, that could be some good matches there.
Maybe a Ramon Sierra Connor Cleveland match.
Maybe. I'm hoping that we get a Poppy versus Reason match. That's I heard that might be going down.
Hair versus hair.
Yes. Oh man, I just let out the cat out of my bag. One of my top 5 matches I want to see at RAF. So yeah, you could have Cleveland. Well, How do we spell Connor? Because we have two of them, O-R or E-R. Well, we have someone that might know how to spell his name correctly. Kokendorfer, Pippinger. I could see a Riley Biddle, Carter Field match. That'd be a good one.
Yeah.
So, maybe we'll head up that way. So, hopefully we get the right spelling of Connor, because we have two of them. I'm guessing it's the O-R.
Beer battle was a beer belly match. All right.
Con-or.
Okay. Let's get that fixed. We'll get that in there.
All I do is delete the ER one. So, the other duels, you have the Homestead Thanksgiving Turkey Classic, Central Noble, West Noble, Columbia City, Yorktown, Northside Heritage, Southern Wells, Angola, DeKalb, Homestead, Perry Meridian's B team. It's usually a pretty solid day. Wawa C duels. You also have the Gobbler. I don't know. I know like Center Grove and Brownsburg have sent some guys there, so that should be interesting to see how that goes. But kind of a light week. We always had to wrestle on Thanksgiving. Wrestle like 4 really good conference duels, so you're just making weight for the first time and right after Thanksgiving, and you have important conference duels. Really smart scheduling by the coaches there.
Is the Cathedral Super 6 not that weekend, or is it the next weekend?
That's next weekend.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I think we didn't wrestle on Thanksgiving weekend. Thank goodness.
the one night
not that we were getting to eat a lot anyways, but
the one nice thing that Watkins did was not make you guys make weight 2 days after Thanksgiving.
He's my guy, so I hope he doesn't take this personally. You know, my man's wasn't missing Thanksgiving. No, I'm not missing Thanksgiving. So, but we used to always go to the Valpo Super Bowl. I was hoping Jason Cook, when he took back over the reins at Valpo High School, that he would bring back that 10-team Valpo Super Bowl. That was 2 days. It was like a meat grinder. I know like Lake Central was in there and Warren Central. So that used to be a really tough tournament.
Nick's going to a basketball game over watching the Sam Reason Bowl. Come on. Dang. Man, I should ban him from the website. I'm not going to be able to look at him and get the same again.
He's a diversified fan.
Yeah. So that was the week that was. And anything else coming up this week?
Just Thanksgiving.
Yep, Thanksgiving. I'll be coming over your way on Thanksgiving, actually. So for at least a day. The back 40. Wow. Fancy. Ooh. So yeah, we got quite a few new number ones coming up this week. It's probably maybe tomorrow get some rankings. So
is it on the Thanksgiving, boys and girls?
18 tournaments. Nice. See, you speak and he shows up. So, yeah. So rankings state rankings will probably be by tomorrow-ish sometime.
Yeah, I'll probably have them wrapped up. We'll probably have some of the new number ones and graphic ready to go Wednesday by the latest, so everyone can relax and then can just be upset about all the rankings on Thanksgiving. You can sit around the table.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Columbia City girls tournament this weekend. That's going to be another. That was real good last year. Forgot to mention much about that one. They're trying to make that like the Al Smith of girls wrestling. That should be a real good one. Girls wrestling's they're getting after it now. They also have the Gobbler girls.
Man,
not much going on girls wise.
They listened to the Dane and Rex show yesterday as I was sitting on weight. I listened to the episode from 2 weeks ago. Those girls events are huge. Like there's a lot of teams that go there. They were talking about like some of the teams are already having these huge tournaments. It was pretty wild.
Yeah. So might end up going over there this weekend. I don't know.
That's what Nick Duke's gonna have for Thanksgiving, an old style of black and mild. Good luck, bro. I like it. Pour one out. Pour one out for the homies, Nick.
Oh, geez. So yeah, rankings. All the semi-states came out late last week, so we got your fix for that. Those will probably be about another week before any major changes. Um, Probably, I would say after next week, we'll see some changes in those. Then they'll get a little bit more regular, just so you guys know. State rankings probably this week, and then probably a little bit, probably not next week, I'd assume, unless there's some major changes.
What was the? I mean, I know they're asking about the Whiteland girls. Clearly number one in both polls. That's a Dane question.
Yeah, I know there's a big the Mooresville event this weekend had a lot of the top girls in there. I put in all the results, but I did not look at the brackets. The Mooresville, they had a lot of. It was Mooresville won over Carmel, Anderson, Riverton Park. Was that the first place? Oh, first place. There it is. Mooresville over Hamilton Southeastern. So I do not believe Whiteland was there, but you had quite a few good teams there. You had Mooresville, obviously, Columbus East, Crown Point, Jay County, Mount Vernon Posey, and Perry. Perry has a pretty good girls team, it looks like. So
There's CP Maryville tomorrow for DAC. That'd be a good one. That's always I mean, I know Maryville has a strong girls team. I know Crown Point has a really strong girls team. Obviously,
man, how many matches is Reason having tomorrow? He got Fitch, he's got Poppy. Jeez. So we're gonna do our ranking.
yeah, we can go for it. I think we can jump right in there.
Okay, so share screen. Let's see if I can make sure I get my. I gotta put my matches on the different screen so I can.
Man, that Josh Riddleton throwing out some strong or smashed 1-3 this week. Man, when you start saying stuff like that, sometimes that comes back and gets you.
Okay, so I will share out my screen. Mike and Joe ranks.
Mike and Joe ranks. These are dream matchups or matchups that we'd want to see at the. How was it worded? Because mine are more all over the place. These are matchups that probably aren't going to happen. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah. So hold on. Let me hide this from the screen so that we can fit. There we go. How did I do this last week?
I'm just on the girls results on USA Bracketing, and they have two Mooresville girls team duels, and one is team duels DUELS. They're out there 15 paces or what?
Yeah, probably. So, these are the top 5, maybe more, matches we would like to see at the Real American Freestyle in Fishers on December 20th. I believe tickets are on sale. So I hope we can make it. I know it has a pretty good card. I know Mason Paris versus Wyatt Hendrickson for the belt. And Sarah Hildebrandt's also on the card. So, and there's a couple. Yanni's wrestling the winner of Austin Gomez, and I can't remember who Gomez is wrestling. There's another, and there's Zahid Valencia. I say it's good, pretty shaping up to be a real good card. Check it out. I kind of plan on being there. I just got to make sure my schedule is clear. So, do you want to go first?
I think I started off last week. Go. You got it?
I'll go first. Okay. This is kind of, most of these are kind of fantasy matchups, some kind of rematches. I'm going to go, and this is going to start off on a good note. Jason versus Alex Cerces.
Oh.
I want to see a little brother on brother. Just, that's going to be a brawl. I know they probably wrestled each other.
I think Alex gets that, right? He just big. That's the original Big Brother, man.
Yeah,
probably Big Brother is him.
Yeah, Alex is just a little bit meaner, I think, than Jason, but
I think it's the flip. I think Alex is more technical. I think Jason's meaner.
Oh, I don't know. That'd be a fun one to watch. I'm sure we can maybe head over to I'll be in your area Thursday. Maybe we can go over to Region and see if they'll wrestle for us.
I don't think they'll do that, but we can ask.
So yeah, Jason versus Ox. It's always a little bit of brotherly love there to start off my semi fantasy match list.
My number 5 was it's a couple guys that had some Fargo hardware. I guess we didn't give them enough love when we were talking about Super 32. I'm gonna say Cash Kyorga and Jared Brooks. I seen Jared Brooks someone in Jared Brooks' family wasn't happy with our coverage of his place in Indiana wrestling lore, but I think that would be a really good match. 2 guys that can light up the scoreboard.
Oh yeah, that'd be great. Both of them got after it a lot. Definitely, Brooks was ranked number 1 throughout his senior year. Beat a pretty good Nathan Tomasello at Super 32. I was there. I was right next to the mat. That was a huge win. I think he was the second Super 32 champion from Indiana. So that's pretty impressive. We haven't had that many. So great match there. Okay,
maybe a guy that gets lost in the mix a little bit. But both of those guys, Cash Kyorga, a guy that chased down some really tough matches. I know him and Josh Harper wrestled a couple times, but I think that'd be a good one.
Yeah. So my next one, which one do I want to put? Where do I want to put this one? I'm moving this one. One of the people are in the chat.
Ooh.
It's a rematch from a state finals match. Both look like that. I know one of the people is still wrestling, and he's still getting after it. I mean, I've seen a lot of the states in motion from Jason Cook. I think he can still do it. So Jason Cook versus Jordan Humphrey, state finals rematch.
All right. I think both those guys probably can get after stuff.
Yeah, I mean Humphrey's still wrestling in Veterans Worlds. He went up to wrestle in the Canadian Open a few years ago. He's still getting after it. Cook is too. You have the Revenge Tour, and you also have the I gotta prove it. The stamp of approval. So could be a good one right there.
My number 4, 2 guys with zeros next to their name: Lance Ellis, 4-time state champion for Indianapolis Cathedral, and Alex Sertis, 4-time state champion for Griffith High School. What was that, 177-0, 254-0?
Yeah. Man, that'd be good. I'd like that one.
I think that's more. Yeah, that'd be like a style matchup one. Obviously, Alex is technically very clean, doesn't really put himself in bad position. Lance pretty much could throw you from anywhere. So, but 2 guys that were 4-timers. Lance was the last one in 88 or 89.
Yeah.
And then Alex was the next one in 2000.
Yeah. So.
2001.
Okay, I have my 1 and 2, so my 3. I got a list of 10. This is kind of a double, I guess. Any finals match with Brennan Campbell, because they were both him versus Erzman, him versus Petrov, absolutely wild, memorable matches. I'm sure he'd like to get revenge on one of them to get a title. He was as good as anybody during his career to get a title. So, man, those were just wild matches, and I'd love to see those guys get after it again.
Yeah, those were really good matches. I think the Paul Petrov, Brennan Campbell match made my favorite state finals matches last year in my top 5.
Yeah, anytime best finals matches comes up, both those matches are coming up, and definitely ones I'd love to watch again. Hopefully they have a little bit of stamina still. I know Erzman and Petrov have. I don't know what Campbell's doing these days, but
my number 3, I think this one would have been pretty good. Brayton Lee, 3-time state champ, versus Jason Sertis.
Ooh.
I think that would be a match that'd be like very good stylistically, also kind of around the same weight class.
Yep. Yeah, that'd be a great one. I mean, Brayton
Shout
as
out
a
to Brady.
as a 3-time champ, didn't qualify his freshman year. Then he ended up becoming a gorilla for a couple years. So it all worked out.
He had a good win this summer too, right? Wrestling on the
Yeah, he's still training
circuit.
and he's been overseas. He went overseas and has been doing well there. And he's assistant coach at Bellarmine. I believe I pronounced that correctly. When you pronounce Kentucky names, you just blah blah blah. So Bellarmine, I believe, is how it's called. um, so Airsman pulled a choose top and cut a move in his first ever head coaching duel. Brandon Wright versus either Bailey brother. I mean, I think that match might be on the card.
Actually, I actually had that one. I said, you know what, I'm not going to say that, but you know, Brandon Wright versus both of them same night.
Yeah. So
I don't know, man. I was telling someone those guys. Obviously, Logan had a really good college career. Brandon Wright had a really good college career. Hopefully, those guys can fix whatever that is and stop posting sad things online about each other.
So,
Come on, too much Irish on Irish love there, man. We can't have that.
Number 2, this is probably 2 of the best athletes in Indiana history in all sports combined, just pure athletes in multiple sports. They both were all state in 3 sports, just freaks. Jalen Robinson versus Mason Paris.
Man, and I feel like just because we've seen Mason do it at the college level, that people are going to lean that way. But man, Jalen was a freak.
And he wrestled from November till February.
Yeah, I would like to have seen if I mean, obviously he went to football. He was playing professional rugby for a little bit. I don't know what he's doing now, but that'd have been a really fun match.
Yeah, just I mean, Jalen as a wrestler is probably very underappreciated, and well, that'd have been both of them senior year 215. That'd have been 215 220. That'd have been awesome, and I'm sure Jalen with a little bit of training could. I mean, he was as good as anyone there, and he dominated some pretty good guys.
Oh yeah, I mean Fletcher Miller was an All-American.
Yeah, Fletcher wrestled year round and did everything he could, and he had no answer for Jalen.
My number 2, little region royalty here. Stefan Michik, world champion, 3-time state champ, versus Angel Escobedo, IU head coach, 4-time state champion. 2 guys that were really good. Angel's probably one of the best guys I've ever seen.
Ooh, that'd be fun. I'm not gonna lie, that one's I didn't even think about that one. That's so yeah. So my number 1. I'm gonna preface this with we will probably see this at some point. It could happen. I mean, technically, it could happen there. Maybe I'll contact a couple of people, set this up. But this is one that I want to see happen, but I also don't because then there's going to have to be a winner and there's going to have to be a loser. And the only thing was whenever you see matches like this as a fan, you don't want controversy in the ending. You don't want some crazy, referee call or something just like that. Everyone they argue about the call or whatever happened and not about the match. But I want to see it. I think we might see it in the near future. Mendez versus Lee. That would be fun.
That was also my number 1. I had a couple honorable mentions. And my first honorable mention, it's a debate that me and my brother have every year. Dexter Larimore, Sean Streck. I often say that Sean was probably the best heavyweight that I had seen. And he often says that Dexter Larimore was the best heavyweight he had seen. So that's one that we asked David Maldonado about all the time. Like, who do you think would have won? And he likes to play the fence. But, yeah, honestly, we probably could see a Sean Strick, Lucas Davison match if they wanted to run that D2 national champ, NCAA runner up. We'd probably put
Yep.
that on the card.
Yeah.
I'm a little disappointed that there's not a lot of Fort Wayne love in here. Did anyone pick a Fort Wayne guy?
No.
I got a couple Fort Wayne guys on here, and this is why I was gonna let Joe get it. This honorable mention for me. I was trying to give Joe props to represent his community. Al Capone VZ versus Waylon Kressel. I think that would be a pretty interesting match of guys that left Fort Wayne, but two guys that represent the Wayne, probably two of the best guys in the last couple of years that represent the Wayne.
Yeah, might be seeing that in college at some point. I don't know exactly what weight VZ is going to go, but I believe Kressel is going to wrestle 184, if I'm not mistaken.
I have one more honorable mention, and this is more of a we got to find out, man. Two guys that have 4 medals, no championships. Ray Rio, 2-time Under the Lights versus Vinny Casaro. We got to see. Those guys are 2 guys that were right there for a title a couple years, and I got someone wrote in DJ Ratnovich, Pat Day.
Oh, that'd be interesting. I got a few honorable mentions. Another one with the brotherly love, Andrew Davison versus Lucas Davison. Obviously, the younger brother had a little bit more success, but you have the big brother that's never going to let the younger brother get one up on him.
And winner has to wrestle my financial advisor.
Yes.
Winner has to go crunch numbers with Dad.
I did have a Jared Brooks one. So this would be. I thought this is where you'd go with that one, but Jared Brooks versus Revan Dickman.
Oh, that would be a good one.
Two obviously both have had a lot of national success. Both I was trying to find one with Brooks that was about the same weight class because he was 113 as a senior. Not easy to find a senior that was at that weight within the last 20-25 years. I think that'd be a real good match. I think stylistically that'd be. Yeah, Brooks very explosive, very he'll get after it. Dickman's very methodical. And then my last one, let me put that there. Kind of on the same theme as I had earlier. Another rematch, Brody Bauman versus Robert Major. Another great finals match recently that just was just absolute fireworks from start to finish. So, Randy Baker, Blake Mara, that's a good one.
That would be a good one.
Yeah.
I thought about doing. I was trying to think like a guy. So Blake, I felt like was just a winner. Like he'd find ways to win. Like he would. Every tight match I ever felt like he was in. Like there was never a time I was like he's probably gonna lose this one. I was trying to think like who else is a guy that would just find those ways to win like that.
Yeah.
Like Slivka won too. I thought Slivka was a guy that would find ways to win. But like I don't know if he was on that like level with Blake. I was trying to think of like. I mean, Air's found ways to win. Obviously, he only had 2 losses in his high school career.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, trying to find some of looking at kind of the 3 and 4 timers, trying to find what they were, good stylistically matches. But I'm sure this will get some traction on the graphic tomorrow morning.
Man, so, I was trying to like. Think like, man, we should have invited like someone that was like, because there's always going to be a guy in there that's going to pull like an older name and say, I can't believe you guys didn't have so-and-so versus so-and-so. And I'm like, all right, like I've only been in Indiana since 97 and only like basically knew about like anything outside of the region since like 99. So
Duke says Jason Woodson versus VZ would be good.
Jason Woodson versus VZ would be good.
Some Snyder, some Panther on Panther. I heard there might be a match. I heard Brett Smith might be wrestling Mason Paris.
That'd be a good one.
Yeah.
Just how long can he last?
Yes. Yeah. So hopefully his life insurance is up to, we'll see what that Prairie Heights pension plan looks like for his wife.
How about Greg Schaefer or Vega versus Jared Brooks. I mean, both those guys were pretty. I mean, Vega
Yeah,
double champ.
yeah, that'd be a good. I like that one too. That'd be yeah. There's a lot of good matches that kind of it'd be fun to watch, see those guys get after it, especially in their primes and high school or right after high school. Liga Paris, yeah, that would be. I mean,
And some of it's tough because we do know I'm not gonna lie, there was some bias to like what I was doing based on like I know like kind of how their college careers went, right? Like
yeah,
obviously Jesse and Nick are both champs. Stefan was in a champ, he's a finalist, and Angel was a champ, but Stefan a world champ. Brayton, a couple time All American. Jason, champ, multiple time All American. Um, Lance and Alex, one time All American. I don't believe Lance was an All American, but different reason. Cash Kyorga, the year after his true freshman years in the national semifinals. It's pretty good.
yeah, it was. So yeah, good list, and hopefully, yeah, that was, yeah, a good list. Whoa, let's go back there. Show our comments. So yeah, lots of comments here. Oh, Schaefer and Tim Myers. That'd be yeah. I mean, there's a lot of yeah. I'm curious. I think this will get a lot of traction on the website. So I'm kind of curious of what everyone's thoughts are on that because I'm sure they have a lot more, and everyone's coming from a little bit different view. And I know most of them are kind of fantasy matchups. I'm sure we'll get to see a Nick Lee Jesse Mendez match though soon. So
man, there was one I did leave off that I had on there, and I actually like just looked at my notes. I had Chad Red, Reese Humphrey. I thought that would have been an exciting one.
Yeah, I was trying to think of one for Humphrey, someone that just kind of like either a matching his style or a good style clash. But I really couldn't. I mean, like a Humphrey versus one of the Cersuses. That one maybe. I couldn't think of a good one that would just create a great match.
There was one that I couldn't find the right fit for because like it was just one of those ones like you walk away like dang dude, like who around like 165 through 170, like who would you match up with, like Andrew Howe?
Oh, Kressel's here. Kressel says he's gonna go find Beasy. We'll set this up. Kressel isn't backing down from anything, would he?
Like who would be a guy that we want to see? Like Howe was like a monster, like NCAA champ as a freshman, or runner up as a freshman, right? NCAA runner up as a freshman. Was in some of the toughest NCAA weights, like as a high school kid, just like murdering people, scoring 20 on everybody at the state finals. I was trying to think like in that window, like who would be someone that would go with that pace with like a Howe. Yeah. Only high school losses to Humphrey as a freshman in the lights.
Hockaday and Howe.
Freshman Howe and Hockaday at 32. I was just trying to think like size wise, and obviously like Andrew's an animal, and like you said, like I said, like you have that like you know what he did in college, and like I think he was in a window where maybe like in any other like time frame, like he's probably an Olympian. Like he's going through that window
with some Jordan guy in there.
Jordan Burroughs, Kyle Dake, David Taylor, like probably the best window for that weight. That
the worst window for him.
Yeah, 65 kilograms. And what's the kid from Oklahoma State that he was really
Johnny
good
Thompson, or not Johnny Hendricks.
No, not Hendricks. I think he was an Oklahoma kid, then he transferred over there. I want to say Blackwell. But like he was
the one. He's the assistant coach there now. Yeah, I know you're.
And you had like some really tough, some just really tough guys that like in that same window. Like man,
Caldwell.
Caldwell. Yeah, so you had Caldwell in there, and you had like the one year was like Caldwell, Howe, Burroughs, and like someone else, right?
Yeah, nuts. I did try getting a rematch with Howe and Humphrey. It's been about 5-ish years ago. Howe was ready. I mean, he's always ready to wrestle. Humphrey, man,
Chris Paul's a
that
good
dude's
dude.
fast.
Yeah.
So we might get some hate mail from some tough people.
I know Perry he had some good matches with Mark Perry too, or Chris Perry. I
Yeah,
was thinking, but Blackwell was who I was thinking of.
yeah,
Or
Caldwell. Yeah, Caldwell. Yeah, Caldwell. He's one of those guys that never won an NCAA title, but his losses were to just like David Taylor. Like his NCAA losses were just ridiculous. David Taylor, Andrew Howe, just like you look like wow. So
And like just a super nice guy, right? Like if you met Andrew Howe on the street, like minus like his ears are chewed up, you wouldn't even think that dude was like that level, and you would never know, right?
yeah, that you would not realize that he might be the baddest dude in a 5 mile radius.
Just just a nice guy.
Yeah, definitely is gonna hand fight, snap you down, and make your life miserable for 6 or 7 minutes. I did. Has your brother tried to hand fight with them a little bit?
No, absolutely not. Like I think so. I think they had somewhere they were talking about. Obviously Clinton's a big Howe guy, and I think him and Johnny go pretty good. And Johnny's a little smaller; he's probably more Clinton size. And they said, man, like we think Clinton got his first takedown on Morrison. Like, well, he's been wrestling Andrew. They ever got one? Like, no, not even close. I had a buddy who was a state champ. He was one of my teammates, and he was coaching at Munster. And they went to like an RTC when Andrew was in high school. And he was like, I went in there, and he's like, oh, you want to go a couple goes? And he's like, I'm just like gonna, thought we were gonna hand fight. He's like, this dude started working on my neck. He's like, hey, bro, I gotta stop. I gotta work tomorrow. He's like, yeah. And I remember he told me that, dude, but he would just wear people out.
Yeah.
Morrison, almost an Indiana guy. How about I was telling my buddy who's a huge college wrestling guy, because you just had Ben DeVito smoke Iowa. He's a huge Iowa guy too. At one point, like Crown Point had Ben DeVito in the building, right? Like you had Jesse Bendez, Ben DeVito, Josh Barr was in the rankings at one point. Like he was pretty close to coming to Crown Point.
Yes.
They weren't just like pulling like, oh man, this kid's pretty good in your area. They were like, hey, you're probably one of the best guys in the country. And it's
he was a Barr was in like the middle school rankings or something.
Yeah, he was in the middle school rankings. They were like, dude, they were positive. I think they were positive they're going to get Christian Carroll too. So I think they thought that they're going to have Jesse, Carroll, Davino, and
Barr.
And Barr.
Jesse did get him. He got him. He got him to Ohio State. He didn't get him.
He's pretty good.
Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty nuts. And yeah, I mean, we need to do a list of the top like 10 guys that should have been Indiana wrestlers. I mean, Morrison's a monster guy. That's one that people don't realize. Him and Miguel trained a lot growing up, and he said he was too cool for Indiana, but now he's back. So
I think he's out there selling these really good steaks.
That's what I heard. I mean, I haven't had one.
You probably have had one. Like they sell a lot of top steakhouses. They have it like listed in there.
Yeah, I don't go there.
No steakhouses ever. We went to like St. Elmo's before, right?
Yeah. I mean, I don't go too often. Only when I'm with fancy people. Yeah, Gable was one.
Gable probably up there. Bubba Jenkins.
Yeah, Bubba Jenkins. He's a Madison guy. So yeah. So good 2-hour show-ish.
Yeah.
Without yeah. Okay, there's a timer somewhere on here on this thing, but I don't know where it is. So anyway, yeah, Bubba Jenkins from Madison. Come on.
Madtown.
Triple B train.
Clifty Falls, I believe.
So, anything else we want to go over?
No, I think the rank, like obviously, wrestling started to swing up and we're starting to get more matches. It's exciting. Like obviously, it's a good time of year. So we appreciate everyone tuning in, and obviously we love the comments.
Yep. Thank you guys for joining us. Everyone have a great Thanksgiving. Don't eat too much. Oh, there it is. 1.5 hours.
Right. Ain't that bad at all.
So
a half hour more.
Yeah. So yeah, good luck to everyone this weekend, and have a good Thanksgiving. Don't eat too much if you're a wrestler. And we'll see you guys next Monday for some more talk. We'll rank something, maybe worst Thanksgiving dishes. We did best last year. Maybe we'll do the worst ones.
Oh man, I asked that we actually just did this with the girls. We do like a weekly question. We didn't do it on there, but like, what's the worst? Like, what's the one thing that you're like, if it's there, you're not eating it.
Ooh. Cranberry
Like
sauce
the
crab.
out of a can.
Yeah. That stuff that when it comes out, it's shaped exactly like the can.
Like
Yeah, that
like a Jello. I never really had that before, so I don't know. Is it? It's not good.
I've never tasted it. It doesn't look appetizing. It just it's a weird color red that I
Yeah,
don't I just can't I just can't even it doesn't even look good. It doesn't look appetizing.
man. I'm trying to think. I think I love all the foods equally. I'm trying to think if there's anything I don't like.
Can't yes. I don't that anything with like a lot of onions in it, I'm not the biggest fan.
What I
So
mean, you gotta cook them down. It's just a little extra flavor.
yeah. I I'm trying to think of anything else that's the veggie dip dish, with the raw veggies. Nah.
Oh man, I like that. That dude, I like that all day. I don't really like anything with like walnuts or anything on it. I don't know. Like some people put walnuts like on their sweet potatoes and stuff. I don't really like that.
I agree. You can't ruin those the good sweet potatoes. I'm a big sweet potato person. Ooh, man, I was just trying to see some ideas.
Get that red 40. I heard that's getting out of Doritos now though.
Giblet gravy. Yeah, I don't know.
Oysters. Oh man, you guys eat oysters at Thanksgiving?
Just like they did at the first Thanksgiving.
Uh, trying to think. I mean, I guess like cranberries, like anything really cranberries is not really my thing.
Yeah, it doesn't look appetizing. I'm like, ugh. I don't see anything on the list of side dishes that's really unappealing for the most part. So anyway, well, we're gonna get out of here. Thank you guys for joining us. We will be back next Monday, maybe a
Oh, I
little
don't
bit.
like carrots. You know, you always see the little carrots, and I don't like carrots.
Yeah, I like cooked carrots.
I don't like cooked carrots. I don't like hard carrots, whatever. I don't like carrots in general.
So, what do you hate worse, milk or carrots?
Oh, milk is not even close. That's not even the ballpark. I'm telling you, when we do next Indiana match show, I want to see these guys I want to see people try to drink this gallon of milk. It's an hour. I looked it up. But
I'm
man,
going to. I'm every show. I'm going to ask you what's worse. If I could buy something worse that you hate worse than milk.
nothing. There's nothing I hate worse than milk. The smell of milk makes me sick. You won't find something.
Okay. Oh, I got one. Wearing your seatbelt or milk?
Oh man, I don't know. Well, seatbelts saved my life before, so I'm gonna say I would say not wearing my seatbelt and like having that when people don't put their seatbelt on, even if you're driving like real short, and you just hear ding ding ding. It's like if you just drive around with no seatbelt on, listen to that ding all day, you're a psycho. You should probably get checked for like being a psychopath.
Yeah.
I don't like that, but still don't like milk more than that. That'd be like the one thing, like if I ever got like accused of a crime, they'd be like, and there was milk all over the scene, like absolutely was not me.
Because talking about seatbelts was the only time you have cussed on the show.
I just, man, I feel like there's just some one, like not to get all like in crazy, but I feel like seatbelts are just like an excuse to pull people over. Like I think that's just giving you probable cause. I think it's stupid. If you don't want to wear your seatbelt, whatever. My kids wear their seatbelt. I wear my seatbelt. There's some things but I'm not trying to tell people how to live their life. You don't want to wear a seatbelt? Good for you.
Not a bad point. You can control your own destiny. You can do whatever. You can do other things that are worse for your health. So,
but
anyway,
seatbelt is one of those things that makes you frustrated. Like when you're trying to like do something and it's all tying you up. Like you can't get it. Like oh man, it makes me that does make me mad.
Mike's seatbelt rants.
Man.
The only thing that's gotten you to cuss in what, seven,
Now
8 years?
there was one other thing that got me, but that one did get me. That was like the first one. I was at this high school play, and they were throwing at a Catholic school, mind you. Like during the like, and they had a couple cuss words in there. I was a little shocked. I didn't think all that. I lost all the township that day, all the black over right out of my soul. They said a couple swear words like, "Oh my goodness, Kim, did you hear them? I can't believe this."
They make things to turn off the ding. Yeah, you put they have a fake one.
Dude, send me the link.
Send me the link.
No, then I'll be getting these $50 tickets, and I'll be even more mad.
Yes. And then we'd have to raise the Silverback subscription price.
Yeah. And then, like, how would I ever pay for it? With all this extra money that's lying around.
Yeah. Oh, geez. I'm still trying to I have to figure out how many years have we been doing the guerrilla radio stuff. So, anyway.
7 months, it sounds like.
Yeah. So, we're going to get off of here.
Rex told me we need a better intro. He said we need to, like, cut some words in there.
Don't give me any ideas. Oh, yeah. So, anyway, everyone, have a great